Well, thank you for joining our podcast. This is a financial podcast that I do on a regular basis, and I've got two of my team members with me today, Jason and Tim. I'm going to let them introduce themselves here in just a second. And the reason we wanted to bring this to you is because in the next few minutes, and I mean a very short few minutes, we want to cover what we're capable of doing with Jason's system that he discovered about 5 years ago. And I'm going to let him tell you about what it's able to do for him. But here's the key thing and how we're focused on helping Team National family members. And that is, over the last 4 or 5 years, Jason and his team has been able to help over 1,500 families save an average of $133,000 off of their mortgage. And that includes consolidating all their debt, giving them immediate cash flow in the very beginning. I said immediately. So if you're in a situation where you're having more month than you do paycheck, and you're sitting there with all this COVID thing, trying to figure out how are you going to do this, then we have a solution for that. But the other solution that we also focus on is helping you with debt elimination, consolidation, and then being able to wrap all this and pay off your entire mortgage and you becoming debt free in an average of about 7 years. So I'm going to let Jason introduce himself, and I'm going to let Tim introduce himself, and then we're going to ask some questions. So Jason, I'll let you jump in here and talk about how we're able to help Team National members.
Thank you, Steve. So like Steve was saying, I'm Jason Nightingale here up in the mountains of Idaho. I live about 68 miles from the nearest Walmart, about 38 miles from the nearest stoplight. Been able to help hundreds and hundreds of Team National members, just like you, whether you're a business owner, a farmer, family, a single person going to college. The thing that we like to teach here is increasing all the ways of efficiency that you're using your dollar, helping your dollar do more work. We help you with banking strategies that just makes you able to, like Steve just said, get out of debt much faster, accumulate wealth much faster. We show you tax advantage strategies on how to do that. Each of us have our own practices, and we all use different tools to get that done, but we work in collaboration together as a team or a cohesive unit to help Team National families and members to find the same value that Angela Laura Chrysler found in her and her husband's heart, in her father, when they designed Team National in the beginning. And that is saving you money and helping people earn money. If you're looking to build a team, become maybe presidential, or maybe you want to be a platinum, or wherever your goal is, we can help you get there faster, because the people that you're talking about in this business, when you're trying to get them in, usually they only have one objection. They would use Team National savings if they had it. And you can ask them, if you had it, would you use it? They'd say yes. Then if it's just one thing standing in their way, whether it's their budget, maybe it's the monthly payment, or maybe it's the initial amount, we can help with that. And then we can turn the client right back to you, not only being able to profoundly impact their finances, and as Steve said, have them out of debt in 5 to 7 years, but increase their cash flow by maybe $1, $2, $3, $4, even $5,000 a month, so that joining Team National becomes a no-brainer. And that helps you get your 10 and 10 and moves you up the ladder and builds your team. We've got a lot of corn in the crib to prove it. We've helped people. Let me just grab something off camera here for real quick. There's people in Team National all across the nation that have taken advantage of this program. And we spread into 40 states our first year just with Team National. We encourage our members to post those savings. We have a lot of testimonials that we can share, and we would love to be able to get this wonderful program in your team's hand, where you could have us on your calls for a little 10-minute infomercial where we can show your team what we can do, and then we can throw our Calendly link up in your chat and set appointments and help your people be on fire once again to invite people to Team National now that they have this amazing tool in their bag to help change lives.
Wow. Wow, if that isn't enough, I'm going to jump over here to Tim. Tim, you're like me and Jason. We've all got about 30 plus years in the financial service industry, and you're a certified coach. So I'm going to let you jump into there and tell me about the fact that you've actually, like Jason, also used this method for your own personal home. Tell us about that.
Well, thanks, Steve. I have used the tools that Jason basically uses. It's funny, being a financial coach for almost 30 plus years, I turned around and really felt like I had everything in place. I felt like I didn't really owe anything just on my house. Some of the tools, after meeting Jason about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, turned around and he showed me some new tools that, to be quite honest with you, I ran the numbers, and one thing that we have found is math doesn't lie.
Right.
And we ran the numbers, and I continued to run the numbers, probably ran them about 40, 50 times because they just didn't make sense.
Right.
And ultimately, I took my 30-year mortgage down to 4 years, and I'll probably save about $172,000 in interest off of my house.
Wow.
And they're tools that we use to help people take control of their finances every day. If, you know, we look at people and if they have debt and they have that burden that's on top of them, that they were living paycheck to paycheck, we can free them up from that. They're fixable. They may have some broken issues, but they're fixable.
Right.
And now we can turn around, get them out of debt, help them eliminate taxes, help them grow wealth, be able to grow the direction that they want to go, and have that financial freedom that we all look for, that we all are excited about, so that we can do the things that we're passionate about, be it missions, be it help our church, be it helping those that are less need, you know, that are more needy than we, that are needing a helping hand.
Right.
It frees us up to be able to do that.
Right.
And that's the exciting part, is when you tell somebody, hey, you're fixable, we can get you fixed, and they kind of sit up a little bit straighter because they know that, okay, the burden's going to be lifted. We enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
We have fun at what we do.
Amen.
And that's what we encourage. Like Jason said, let your upline know. We can help with bringing on new team members, existing team members. We're all team members ourselves. Why? Because we believe in Team National. We believe in the savings that it offers, and we can take it a step even farther.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that when I'm talking with a lot of my clients, I ask them to jump forward into time and to take themselves to the first morning of the first day after 7 years. And I'm using that as an imagination, assuming that that is the day that they have now have their deed and it's paid in full. I ended up writing a book about it because when Jason told me about it, we met at a financial conference. I was like you, Tim, I ran the numbers so many times. I couldn't believe it because I've been around them. I mean, we're numbers guys, right?
Yep.
So when I proved it to myself, it's not magic, it's math, it's pure math. And when I looked at the process that Jason had discovered and we've implemented, and I take a client to that first morning where they wake up and realize, what would you do differently with your life if you woke up and you were no longer a slave to any lender? What would that feel like? And I could see them, they sit there for a second and their face kind of changes, their countenance lightens. And they're like, you know, maybe you wouldn't go to work for the man anymore. Maybe you have a boss that doesn't treat you very well. Maybe it's a company that you realize that the gold-plated watch isn't worth what you've been putting in there for all these years. Maybe you want to go do something with a nonprofit organization that's, you know, heart and soul important to you, but you couldn't do it because you had all this debt that forced you to go spend 40, 50, 60 hours a week and commute time and all that. What would change in your life if all of a sudden debt became no more of an issue? That's what we're here for. We are here, like you said, because we love Team National. We love what they're about. We love, you know, it's the focus of the company of changing people's lives by helping them save money. And we do that at whatever kind of like adding NOS, you know, onto already incredible vehicle. We just add the supercharge, and that's what we're here to do. So anyway, I appreciate each one of you. I love working with you guys. I love what we're all about, and I love being able to help people. So that's what we just wanted to share real quick. So thanks again.
And we can include our contact info with this link to this video.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do that. All right, guys.